Yo, you touched on the XXXTentacion trial that just came to an end.
Mm-hmm.
I want to dig deeper into that for a second. 3 men found guilty, first-degree murder in the state of Florida. You might as well say goodbye to them. Their families might as well get used to them not being around, because in the state of Florida, they are not coming home. That's number one. Number two, there was a 4th gentleman, a friend of theirs, who, and this is the craziest part of this. Number one, and we can go down this road if you want. So he turned states, pointed the fingers at his 3 co-defendants, which helped the state get these convictions. But the crazy thing is, the 4th guy who turned states, he actually said that when he was surveilling XXX in that store, he saw the cameras, went back outside and told them, yo, I don't think we should do this because I just looked into a camera. So they still went ahead with this thing knowing they was on camera. And then he turned around and point all 3 of them out, from sitting in that box chair.
So,
and to your point, I guess where I'm going with this is, I would assume this is snitching. This is the truest definition of snitching, what this young man did. And one more thing that you said, in total it was $50,000. Was your life worth $50,000?
It was. So here's the interesting part. I see a play. I'm calling play. Here's a play. It ain't gonna work, y'all. It's gonna backfire, gonna land all us in prison, possibly. We might get smoked in the process, or we might smoke him in the process. Let's not do this play. If I tell you, let's not do it, and I walk away and y'all commit to it, you can't bring me into that if you get caught. Y'all can't bring me into that. I said no, and I walked away. But when you bring him into it, what is he supposed to say? Nothing? And just go down with him? Or say the part he said, yeah, I was going to do this. But I looked, I saw the cameras, I looked right in the camera, and I said, I don't want to do this. I don't think we should do this. Let's not do it. And they did it anyway. Because if you take a poll on this, that shit going to be all over the place. Everybody going to have this theory and why this and that. And at the end of the day, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. We keep taking these same chances and these same plays. Them plays ain't getting you up. They ain't getting nobody up. Ain't nobody coming up off these plays. Not for real. You run these missions, these drills, whatever you want to call them, spinning the block, all this shit. Boy, the outcome just makes your outcome even worse. It's a cycle. You keep seeing the shit. But yeah, in a sense, they gonna call him a snitch because at the end of the day, you was a part of the initial operation to go in and rob this young man. So now it happened, whether you wanted it to or not. What about your involvement of getting them to the point of no return? Your involvement was you gonna go in and make sure that they can do this and get away with it. The fact that you went in and came out, they went ahead and did it because they just thought he was scared.
Mm-hmm.
He's scared. We good. We're gonna get away. They had to believe that. Think about it. That means they totally did not believe him. Hey, no. They got caught. They on camera. They got caught. What he said was, let's not do this because I'm over with. What if he just said, hey man, we don't need to do this. Cause I looked in the camera. If y'all go in there and do this, I'm gonna go and tell the police on y'all. He couldn't say that right now. They probably would have killed him. or right after the shit happened. But I digress. I'm gonna come off of that. I just see it happening every day. It's just a different person, a different people in different spaces. But the same plays keep getting ran.
You know, before we switch topics, I'm going to tell you something. Be it as it may, these are still young Black brothers. And it's like, my God, how, and I use this word, and I don't even use it in a derogatory way, but how stupid can you be? The man told you on camera, we gonna get caught. Just walk. Just walk. And it happens every day. Like, what can you do in 2023 that ain't gonna be on camera? That's number one. So you should always assume somebody got a phone.
Something is
correct.
Watching.
Something's watching. So that's number one. But when you know, it's conclusive now. Like I just looked in the camera. So if anything go down, they got my face looking in this camera straight away.
Now guess
and you
what?
still do it?
Now guess what? Sometimes the streets is interesting. The streets will listen to somebody who took the savage route faster than somebody who took a scholastic route. Because in their mind, that person is tried and true to the realest form of life. If you've been through some shit that could take you out of here and you still here, you conquered that, you beat that, you got your stripe. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
So sometimes when these kids thinking about doing that time, to some of them, they just earning stripes. Because some of them be thinking, man, such and such gone forever. And then that certain person be back home in 5-6 years. Like, damn, bro got off a murder with that. Bro got off the little robbery charge. Then he ain't snitched. Well, you don't know he snitched, but somewhere he might have snitched to lessen his time. Or maybe it wasn't as heavy. It wasn't a capital murder. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was a second degree or it was a manslaughter, but people not looking at that, and people don't be looking at the idea that every case ain't gonna play out the same. Yes, these are kids, but like the old people used to say, my teacher used to tell me, some people don't believe fat meat greasy.
There you go.
Till they slip. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just how life goes. Think about it. If the person who dies today, before he dies, does he fully understand that he's about to die before he dies in his attempt to do whatever it is he's about to attempt to do? Does he know he's gonna die? And when he die, does he knows he's dead? Does he know he's dead? We can't answer that. Because if you ain't never been there, you can't tell the tale how it happened. Mm-hmm. So if we could bring back half of these people who've died to really tell the world what's going on, even though we see their death, we see them expire, we see the funeral, we see the wake, we see the eulogy and all of that, but they never really could tell you about it once they gone. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And a lot of times I just think that people don't believe it till they cross over. You don't believe the shit real until it's really happening, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can see it happen all day, but these young boys who we talking about, they ain't looking at it like that. They trying to come up because they are distracted. They want to live this pretentious lifestyle that's out here. It looks way better than just being in the hood. It looks way better than being broke. It looks way better than them than clocking in, making an honest living. It just looks better. It feels better. It makes them feel accomplished. It makes them feel like they beat the stereotypes. It makes them feel like they defied, all the constraints It just make them feel like I want this lifestyle. And the faster I can get there to it, the faster my life will be better. So they speedballing to get there. And they ain't thinking about the consequences. Because in their mind, it's not going to happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. In their mind, it ain't going to happen to them, but 90% of them, maybe 95% of them, it happens to them. You know, at some point, I would rather learn from somebody else's mistake. Like, at some point, I wish they wake up and say, yo, you know what? I don't even need to go down this road because I know how it is.
But everything that's being poured into them, everything that's being poured into our children is almost the opposite of what we want them to do and be. I'm gonna keep it a book. You can send your child to school and sit there in front of teachers they're not interested in learning from. So 50% of the things that is the curriculum that is being taught, they're not learning it. They're not holding on to it. They're not absorbing it. It's not adhering because it's somebody more popular and more real and more sauced up and got a way bigger bag that's teaching them something totally different. And the stuff they making them, the stuff they teaching them, it looks more like what's going on around them. It looks more like the truth to them than what a teacher's teaching them. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course I do.
It comes with emotion,
course I do.
the emotion of the music. When you the soundtrack, just think of the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? It comes with that when you hear it. It comes with the descriptive pictures, the descriptive bullet points of what to do, what not to do, descriptive bullet points on how you supposed to look, how you supposed to treat a hoe, how you supposed to count your money, how you supposed to spin the block and treat a op. You know what I'm saying? It's all this how-to. It's a manual. You know, you think about it. You hop in the car with somebody, like, what's this? Oh, it's my audio book. I'm listening to this new book, The Secret. I'm listening to 50 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power, the audio book, you know, right? They're taking that in to learn, to meditate, to absorb. The stuff that we're hearing in this music, that's what we absorb, and that's what our kids are absorbing. And it's not telling you how to get ahead. It's telling you how to do everything to hold you back, hold the community back, try to get it illegally, try to get it finessing, try to get it out the mud. When a lot of times, if we could take this music and really give them a cleaner approach to how to get it and how not to, you don't have to be cutthroat to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? To the ladies, maybe just to stand next to me and be with a boss, you ain't gotta suck me in the whole crew dick. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta, me and my whole crew gotta slut you and your whole crew out just to ride on Forgiatos. Like I get it. If, you know, I understand. I come from this world, I get it. But this can't be the rule book. This can't be the only playbook that our youth is being subjected to because they taking it literally and they living it out. When you like, hey man, when we was saying it back then, you gotta think when my era was coming up, it was the trappers, right? Then after the trappers, the pill poppers and the cats who want to use the drugs. Like, that's the fun. We popping Molly, we popping perks, and we sipping this and sipping drink and all that. And then the generation who own that, they been on that for so long, so they with whatever. And the next generation talking about kill, 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 destroy, destroy, spin the block, spin the block, spin the block, ops, ops, ops. Hey man, what you think the next generation gonna be after this?